so I can fit my arms through the door.
Through the bars, yeah.
Through the bars, yeah. Okay, so Strong Blob, he walks over to you, he picks you up, and then he thrusts you through the bars.
Okay.
And he says, Dog, find us a way out, or I will eat you.
Have you not met a cat before?
I've met many food.
Oh, well, I mean, I decided I might as well try and help you out.
Oh, by the way, he didn't gently pick you up. He did pick you up by your tail. And he thrust you through the top of the bars, upside down.
Well, I managed to land on my feet. And I decided that I should at least try and help the wizard. He's more of the companion than Sean Blob.
who is currently he's pissing sort of like on the block that the giant's trying to pull back through.
Okay, I guess I'll start to.
Remember me, ba.
I decided to walk towards the desk and climb on top of it. It's quite awkward. I find pieces of paper and stuff like that, but I can't see any keys or anything. I haven't really got a way of opening the cupboards or anything of this desk. But I do notice that underneath it is a bag. I mean, I'm not the strongest, but I grab it by my claws and start to slowly drag it out from underneath the desk. You do notice that it's got like a bit of your wand is sticking out and your blade, the end of that. So it's basically your loot has been stored in here. And I'm now slowly trying to drag it towards your cell.
Well, I can't do much to help, can I?
Yeah.
So I just wait.
So he's still pissing. He turns around and he goes, "You better be bringing my stuff to dog."
I can't quite respond. I'm just focusing on dragging this. I'm also got my mouth on the bag to help pull as I walk along.
Could I just ask quickly, what are the sounds that are happening of this green thing?
Well, it's still
taking its own arm off.
It's still quite still wanting to try and free itself. It keeps roaring in pain.
Is it too distressed to realise that you need to stop pulling?
Yeah, it's quite primitive.
How long? So he is, just to clarify, he is like ripping his hand off.
Basically, slowly. He's not the smartest creature.
Strong Blob's disappointed that he didn't get to do it himself. And as he wiggles off the last 3 drops or so, he then turns around to wipe himself on Luke's cloak.
How do you react to this? Are you pleased?
Is Luke looking at him, or what's happening?
I don't know. I was looking at the cat, wasn't I?
So you don't notice. You don't feel like a light tug on your road.
Okay, so he sort of walks forward a bit after that. So he's sort of standing at a level with Luke. And he looks at Luke and goes, "You are lucky I did not need a shit."
Do you realise what he means by that, or I mean, you have high intelligence.
I ignore him.
Okay, so it's sort of a bitter relationship.
Well, because everything that's happening is basically my fault.
Okay, well, I eventually reached the cell. You can now the bag is close enough for you two to put it inside. I don't know whether your weapons can fit. I think the one probably can. But yeah, that's what I've let go of the bag, and I'm now standing outside the cell, waiting to see what you do.
I remove the lock off the door.
I know it's a door with a key. We don't know whether the key's inside or not, but basically what's happening, I'm standing outside with this bag of your loot.
Have you got my loot, dog?
It's all in one bag.
Oh.
I mean,
Answer me!
I don't know whether one of you wants to grab it. I got the loot here.
Yeah, he. Are you holding the bag?
No, I've let go now. It's close enough if you reach down. It's on the floor.
He reaches down and takes his he ruffles round in the bag to find his shield, his sword, and his whip.
Okay. I'm not sure. I mean, perhaps sideways the shield could fit through, but
The shield's about as big as a plate.
okay. Yes. You're gonna have got your loot. You got your sword. I don't know whether what you want to do with that. I mean, I think the main thing is
He inspects his weapons.
you see they're in a reasonable condition. Sort of basically how you last saw them. It's not even been cleaned. It's still got blood stained on them. And that's their condition. Some of the blood are sort of dripped because they've all been in the same bag. It's dripped onto your wand, and your sword as well.
Thank you, dog.
Okay, so I guess you've now got your loot back, and as you start to hear someone calling from you from one of the other cells. It seems to be another human-shaped figure from one of the cells, a bit in the distance, but close enough so you can hear what they say. Sort of going, psst, psst, over here, psst.
Hello?
Yeah, he realises that you can hear him. Then he seems to go, not you, the wizard.
Yeah.
You don't suppose happen to know any lock-breaking spells, do you?
Maybe. What type of lock you got?
I don't know, I'm not a locksmith.
Oh my boy, it's a place for top of lot you got. Oh,
No, like, is it like one of those
It's the
padlock
same
ones?
as yours. It's something that needs a key.
Strong Blob. So is it like one of the little bicycle lock things? Or not? Is it like a padlock even?
No, it's not one of them. It's sort of like part of the door. So you need to.
Okay, Strong Blob, he gets his sword and he thrusts his sword right into the lock with all of his power. Just, screams as he does it, lunges towards it, holding it with both hands, thrusts his sword right into the middle of the lock with the, there was a miscalculation about his weight. He doesn't weigh 23 stone. He weighs 33 stone. With 33 stone of his 65-inch stomach lurches towards this door. 85-inch stomach lurches towards this door.
I'm not going to insult you with doing a dice roll, which could potentially say, "Oh, it didn't work." I'm just going to say, basically, with all this force all centered around the lock, it seems to do a bit of damage towards your sword, but the end result is you go flying through. The door swings open. My cat dives out of the way. Because of this, you sort of face plant right onto. You fall over basically, but you're free.
Oh, he fell over, did he?
Basically, you've launched through this action, swing the door open. You've now fallen outside.
Okay, was his sword stuck in the door as it swung open? Or was he still holding his sword?
Yeah, it sort of stuck. The sword went like right through.
So is he still holding it, or is not? Is it
Not
came
anymore.
out?
You lost it as the door swung from you. And
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good, because otherwise, when he fell over, he would have a 4-foot sword through his gut, which a 4-foot still wouldn't reach the back of his body. But man, this is enormous size. But yeah, he fell over. the shock of falling over has like winded him for a little bit. He's
So, I mean, Luke, how are you going to Right, are you gonna like clamber over Strong Blob and get out yourself?
Help him up and then get out. Oh,
He turns over and he doesn't at all. Like normally when someone's trying to get you up, you sort of use a little bit of your own effort. He uses none of this. He just sticks his hand out and waits for Luke to pick him up.
Okay, looking at your stats, you're not quite strong enough to pull him up.
What's his strength?
What did you have it down as? 0. You're an old man. You sort of take his hand and you try and pull him up, but it's no use. So basically, you get exhausted, and you sort of like steps.
Coward! Strong Blob he's still holding on to Luke's arm, and he sort of pulls himself up.
Well, I mean, your weight's a bit too much. You pull Luke on the floor beside you. Okay.
He then he throws Luke off of him, slides Luke across the floor, and then he puts his arms behind his head, sort of brings up his knees a little bit, and goes, and he jumps into the air, 30 stone, flying through the air. He sort of does a pirouette. Oh, yeah. And he lands back on his feet. He lands on the end of your tail.
Okay, I scream out in pain. I can't escape. I'm sort of clawing about, but my tail is pretty much back.
Oi! You claw my leg, or are you still trying to escape?
I'm clawing on the floor trying to pull away, but it's no use.
He looks down at you and laughs.
Oi, do you mind?
He picks up his foot, but it was his other foot. So now he's just standing on you with one foot.
I'm sort of trying to hold in the pain. I'm not brave enough to attempt to start scratching at your legs to let me go. Fearing the consequences.
He takes you.
You are a brave one, Doug. Maybe I underestimated you.
I don't know if you noticed, he misunderestimated you, which means he overestimated you, but he doesn't understand this.
Maybe I misunderestimated you.
And then he takes his foot off you, and he picks you up by the ear. No, he picks you up by the tail.
My mangled tail.
Probably in a lot of pain. He goes, he looks at you and goes,
Maybe you are braver than I originally thought, Dog.
And he just drops you.
I sort of land in a heap on the ground, and I basically just sort of, I attempt to sort of unwillingly thank you. Sort of, oh, thanks a lot, Strong Bob.
No problem. You see this massive hand flying down from 4 foot up in the air on the head, but it ends up to be more of a smack than a pat.
Well done.
I'm even more severely hurt. Barely able to move now, but I keep up high spirits. And just sort of triangulate and cat and grin.
He picks you up and he plants you on his shoulder. No. He picks you up and he sort of plants you inside his belt. So this rope, silk belt that he's got wrapped around him. So puts your leg through it. He goes, and says,
You will accompany me to humor me, Captain. Captain, no sorry, you're a dog.
Well, thanks for the lift.
And then he looks at Luke and he goes,
So what now?
Also, he looks to the left of him to see what he can see of this brick outside the wall. Yeah. And he listens. What sounds can he hear?
Well, I mean, from your position now, you can see this large, scaled, like lizard-like creature. Sort of, it has feet, even though it's sort of this type of creature. It's big scales and sort of a big head, like a crocodile, with very sharp claws, and these red eyes. It's screaming and playing. It has another one. There was two of them in this cell that was also trying to help him. They're both pulling on this arm that's basically dislocated now. They're both pulling it.
So he's
more and
just
more.
attacked by. Can you dislocate a hand? I wouldn't have thought there's a.
No, the whole arm. That's what I mean.
The whole arm is dislocated. So he only needed to lose his hand. Well, he only needed to stop. And at worst, he would have just lost his hand. But now he's like ripping his arm off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they don't seem to notice that you're now free. They're just so preoccupied by this.
Yeah.
There's also the man you can't quite see that was speaking to you earlier. He's now requesting he can be freed as well.
He looks down at the cat and he goes,
Dog, shall we assist this man?
Yeah, might as well. Seems like a nice guy. We might want to question why he's in here before we start to free him.
What is his cell like the end of the corridor, or is he opposite their cell?
Yeah, it's sort of opposite our cell. I don't remember. It's sort of like this circular room.
Oh, okay. He walks back inside his cell, turns around, walks back to right up to the little thing where there's the pandemonium going on in the other room. Then turns around and goes, "Ah!" and he runs towards
Whoa! What are you doing? What are you doing?
this cell. Luckily, the cat is on the other side of the body.
Oh, okay.
But this time he didn't bother picking up his sword. He's just running at it with his whole weight behind his arm. And for your life, you better hope he doesn't bounce back and fall over. Considering like sort of the center of gravity is sort of right where you are. So if he falls, you know what he's going to land on. But you run smashing into this wall.
With the bar.
Into this bar, yeah. What happens?
Well, the thing is,
he had a really long run because of he went back in his cell. But yeah, come on, I'm ready.
Yeah, that does add to it, the impact. I mean, it's not as focused towards the lock. So this time, when you smack into it, you basically unlock.
Sorry, I've just got this image in my head of like the top bars breaking, but the bottom one's intact. He sort of does a flip through the bars. Whoa!
Okay, well let's say that then.
Like running into a fence, and you just fly over the top of the fence rather than breaking it. So does he do like spin in midair?
Yeah, let's go with that. It sounds entertaining.
Whoa! How many times does he spin? Just once?
Yeah, let's say that. I mean, you're not that. Once, it's not a very big cell, so the man in there dives. He's hiding in the corner to try and avoid being hit.
Okay, and you said that his the ceiling was tall enough, so his hair was being brushed. So if he had hair, it would be brushed along. So that assumes that you can't make a full spin. So his feet smash into the ceiling. He stops spinning, and then presumably falls over. Full smash. Oh, he's not just his feet, but you also crash into the ceiling.
Yes.
Which is incredibly lucky, as if he did make a full spin, he would have landed on you. But then he falls down and lands on the floor with an audible